I said, I don't understand. Honey, when I want to turn so high.
We're here with Courtney Graf, a singer-songwriter from New Jersey who has been performing since the tender age of 5. So Courtney, when did you know your passion for music was going to turn into your career?
Well, there's actually a video of me singing at 3.5 months old in this swing. It's pretty epic. But I started performing when I was 5. My parents they saw something in me and they influenced me to keep going, and I'm very grateful for it because by the time I was 10 and I was writing, I was putting it to the piano and guitar, and it's probably around that age that I realized that this is my true passion. It was coming out in ways that my parents were really not expecting when they were asking me to practice piano, and I was like, I don't want to play Mozart. I want to play this random thing I just came up with.
That's so interesting that your parents supported you. I mean, most parents are like, stay away from that industry. It's so rough. Go study law. So they always encourage you, always saw something in you.
Yeah, I mean, my parents are all about, like, go with what feels right, which is a beautiful thing. I mean, they were hippies, let's be honest.
And you are signed with Roc Nation as a writer. It's a huge company, Jay-Z's company. Are you feeling the pressure to kind of produce that hit, that one song that everyone wants to hear?
When Ty Smith signed me, he asked me to focus on my album because I think he sees in what this could be for me as well as for his company. Every song I write, I hope for it to be something that someone feels empowered and inspired by.
You are talking about that emotion. You're obviously drawing from your own life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So how hard is that to kind of do?
It's not an easy career path in general, and I've found that a lot of my writing comes from the difficulty and the struggle of just forcing yourself to get up every morning and keep going when there's no promise at the end of that. Actually, my branding with fitness has been really inspiring to me because I feel like that in itself is all about get up and do it every day, and it's been really motivating to me. Every time I'm on the treadmill, I like put all my goals in front of me. I just sprint towards them, and it's just this feeling of like you can do anything at the end.
Oh, it made me feel bad. I ate chocolate all day and didn't work out. But speaking of fitness, you are signed with Wilhelmina as a fitness model. So the fact that you are not just talented but exceptionally beautiful, do you think that's helped you in your career or perhaps hindered because people are less likely to take you seriously? Like you don't look like Adele.
To me, I feel that we're all souls and spirits inside of our shell. So for me, I had nothing to do with my DNA. However, you have to use what you've got. But, you just have to navigate it and be a boss.
But what is the one thing that you would change about the industry if you could so far? What has been the most challenging thing that's almost made you perhaps even turn your back on it?
I would say connecting directly to the people instead of having to navigate going through all of the music industry insiders in order to get to the people. I mean, there's a certain degree, like YouTube and Instagram and things like that have been allowing further access to get directly to the people, but it's so overly saturated.
So what do you think of people like Sam Smith and Adele who use their breakups and kind of those tear-jerking moments to kind of make gold and Grammy gold, in fact?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to work off of anything that you feel. Those breakups and those relationship songs are really easy to write when you're in that moment and you're just feeling like, oh, God.
Is it therapeutic or are you just like crying in the studio? Why? Eating brownies?
100% eating brownies.
I've mentioned chocolate twice now.
I mean, things do disappoint you or upset you. I've been using it as therapy, and sometimes, that empowered person that I aim to be, sometimes I have to write those songs to be that person.
Speaking of looking up to someone musically, who do you idolize?
I mean, I have to say I listened to a lot of Michael Jackson growing up.
Don't we all, girl?
Who is Jill Scott is my overall favorite album of all time. I know it's not the most, mainstream album, but there's just so much soul and depth in that record that album was a lot to me.
Finally, if I had a magic wand and I could kind of say, this is what's going to happen to you in 10 years' time, what would your career look like?
Well, my goal is definitely to be playing the main stages at all of the music festivals over the summer.
And what's that feeling on the stage? I could imagine that adrenaline rush of performing and people listening.
Oh, there's nothing better than having an audience that is really enthralled by everything. I just played at the Top of the Rock last week, which was such an amazing experience. It started snowing in the middle of my set. They gave me a grand piano. My band was just killing it. And I looked out, and the entire hall was full of like 250 people, and I was just so amazed that energy just, oh gosh, there's nothing better. There's nothing
That's
better than
right,
that
really,
feeling.
right.
Not really.
Not really. I can imagine. Well, you brought your guitar along with us, and so you're going to sing my favorite song of yours, Give Me Freedom.
I've been on a long road, but I'm coming home. Took me to the jungle and made me find my own voice in the trees. Something in the leaves told me I've been wrong all along. Trying to be somebody that I don't recognize. 'Cause it looks so sweet and it smells so nice. But the truth comes in colors you don't like. So paint me with all I can tonight and give me freedom.